United States of America is a country whose invention has impacted the world in many, many ways. When you look at the original American art form, jazz music, it paved the way for rock and roll, for hip hop, and really the popular music landscape. But I would argue that no other American innovation has impacted the world as much as aviation. The Wright brothers took to the sky so that we could take this giant planet that is Earth and shrink it down and be able to reach all four corners. Now, one could argue that social media has that same effect, and again, an American invention, but the way we can connect and communicate with each other worldwide. But you know, people don't get on Instagram to post about posting on Instagram. People are on social media posting about their adventures around the country, taking to the skies, tarmac photos, in-flight photos. It really is a uniquely American experience in its inception, and it has captivated the world for years and years and years. And we are lucky today, as you can see, I've donned my Maverick jacket, but we're lucky today, we're taken to the skies in our very own F-14 Tomcat with the greatest alumni in the history of the universe. Please join me in welcoming Barney Lum. How we doing, Barney?
Hey, Jake, how's it going?
All right.
Welcome aboard.
So first things first, I believe I ordered a F-14. This is not an F-14.
Budget cuts.
Budget cuts. Well, there we are. So tell me about this plane. What do we got here?
This is our 1982 Cessna 172. It's a four-seater, and it's kind of the Honda Civic of airplanes. It's good for training or just getting around and taking to the skies and seeing what's around.
So when you say the Honda Civic of airplanes, you mean it's got a gearbox, a stick shift, or it's just old reliable?
It's an old reliable four-seater. Gets you there.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So we're going up in the air. You told me I'm going to be flying today.
Oh, yes.
This doesn't make you nervous?
I'll have my eyes closed.
Have your eyes closed. All right. So tell us about your history with flight. What encouraged you, or what sort of triggered that in your mind to go and take to the skies?
Well, it was way back when I was 5 years old. My dad used to take off from Honolulu Airport and on his trips, his business trips or whatever it was, and he would take off in a Pan American Boeing 707. We would get up to the gate area, be able to see the airplane as it started up its engines, taxied away from the gate, and we could smell the jet fuel, the jet exhaust. Oh, that was great. Then I started building model airplanes, and now I'm buying them more than building them, but that's been my interest. And then later in college, some friends of mine gave me my first flying lesson. They bought me my introductory flying lesson, and
wow.
Here I am.
Now, were those friends from the marching band?
Some were.
Excellent, excellent. So when was that? When was that first flying lesson?
That first flying lesson was, back in 1987.
87.
Yeah.
So back in 87 is the first flying lesson, and then when did you're a member of a flying club. Which club is that?
I'm a member of the Caltech Flying Club.
Okay, so when did you become a member of the club?
1987.
So same time, so you have your first lesson.
Right around there.
And then now you're hooked. Now you're just chasing that flight forever and ever. So first lesson in the flying club, and then you've been flying consistently since then.
Since then.
How often do you take to the skies?
I take to the skies, maybe once a month or so. Just go up there, take a look-see, or do maintenance flights and change the oil.
Now, Barney, if you had to guess, how old do you think I was when I flew in an airplane by myself for the first time? Commercial flight, getting shipped off to Grandma's house.
Oh, okay.
All by my lonesome.
I'll guess 6.
6 is close. I was 5.
Whoa, okay.
5 years old. And my parents, this was Southwest Airlines. Again, this was back in the day. Remember when their boarding passes were shaped like California?
Oh.
Remember that? So this was back then, and they put a placard on my chest, shuffled me and a gaggle of other kids on the plane, and we went to the other airport, and then my grandma would be there and
keep an eye on this guy.
Yeah, this guy is trouble. But they would let us look at the cockpit, and the pilot would give us wings, and I was very much romanced by flight as well, but I didn't follow the same path you do. I've never flown a plane other than the one you're going to let me fly today. So your flight is primarily recreational?
Yes.
Have you ever been either chartered to fly or been, I know you take photos a lot of the time. Has anyone ever paid you to take photos of something from the air?
No. Legally, I cannot be paid for doing things like that. I cannot be legally paid to charter the airplane.
Sure.
But as far as taking photographs, sure, I could sell my photos. if anybody's willing to
After the fact, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So being able to charter folks, that's a whole different set of circumstances. Right?
Whole set of new rules. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. What's the most exciting part? So obviously you've flown a lot, but something about it keeps you coming back. What's the one thing that you think keeps getting you back into the sky over and over again?
Oh, just every time you go up in the air, it's something different. If it's the same, then you're not paying attention. So just being able to go up and take a look-see, and for me, the exciting part is taking off, making sure everything is functioning properly, going up, doing your mission, and coming back, and hopefully bring the airplane back in one piece.
Love it, love it. Well, thanks, Barney, for taking us up. I see you have a chart in your hands.
Oh, yes.
So why don't we go chart our mission, huh?
Okay, let's go do it.
All right, here we go. We've done our intro. We're getting started. Why don't we chart our path today, huh, Barney? What do you want to show us?
Today, what we are going to do is we're going to take off from El Monte Airport, San Gabriel Valley Airport, take off to the south, follow the 10 freeway towards downtown LA.
Nice.
Ooh, come on over. And Jake is going to make sure we don't get lost.
That's right. I'm very familiar with the 10.
That's right. And then we're going to head down to the Coliseum, do our field show, do a couple laps, head on up to Griffith Park, or Dodger Stadium, Griffith Park, the Hollywood sign here, head west, and if things are good, we'll head on south towards LAX, pass directly overhead.
By LAX?
Over it.
The big airplanes?
Sure.
Okay.
Maybe we'll find an A380 or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll make our way down along towards Torrance, Palos Verdes.
Okay.
Say hi to Dr. Bartner.
Say hi to Dr. Bartner. What are you doing up there, Jake? How's the airplane? Do you have a Dr. Bartner impression, Barney? Everybody does.
Oh, no, it's not fit for publication. No, he's a great guy.
All right, then we'll head back north.
Head back north. We'll pass. I guess we'll either go to Long Beach.
Oh, the Vincent Thomas Bridge, huh? We can
check out the Queen Mary. Yeah.
Ooh, the Queen Mary. Cool.
Yeah.
Can we go under the bridge?
We'll see if there are any ships under the bridge if they're blocking the way. If not, then we'll pass under the bridge. But no, we'll be about 2,000 feet over the bridge.
Ah, dang.
And then we'll continue over Long Beach Airport.
Oh, very cool.
Then follow the 605 and come back home.
Follow the 605, come back home. Look at that path. That's fun. Since we're coming over here, let's see, can we add an addendum? Because we're coming over. We're going to go by Buena Park.
Okay, Buena Park, yeah.
And Anaheim.
Well, so.
Ooh, yeah, tell me, is this a no-fly circle?
Yeah, well, Disneyland, being as privy as they are, has their own
private airspace.
Temporary flight restriction, but it's pretty much permanent. It's a permanent temporary
like
flight restriction.
Like their copyright on Mickey Mouse, right?
Yeah, so it's a 3-mile radius thing that goes up to 3,000 feet.
So we can only get that close.
Yeah.
Within 3 miles.
Yeah, or 3,000 feet above. So we can pass it 3,200 feet over it, or 3,002 feet over it.
Look at that, the TMB. We always find there's a loophole always.
There's always a way. Make it work.
Or to pander to the alumni, why don't we fly at 3,400 feet?
Okay, 3,400 feet.
All right, so we've got our chart going. We have the cameras and mics ready. I guess the next thing to do is pull the plane out, right?
Alrighty. That's the hard part.
Okay.
Actually, the hard part is putting the airplane back, but we'll deal with that one.
We'll yank the plane out. Fight on. So Barney, we've charted our flight on the map. So I think we're ready, right?
Yes, and these are like a chart. So we call these charts. Okay. Not a map.
It's a chart, not a map.
That's correct.
Okay.
So just like our field show, each flight is like, well, to me, it's like a pregame show. Okay. We can start off with fanfare, taxi out in tribute to Troy, and then when we take off, we'll be flighting on.
Flighting on. So which part's conquest?
Conquest is when we land.
When we land. And then if we're up there and it's bad weather, that's Tusk when we're rumbling around, right?
Well, that's when we're rumbling around and all right now.
All right now. So which part? Fanfare is going to be here, setting up the plane.
Fanfare is when we start up. Starting up the engine. Going through the checklist.
Okay.
Do all of the
The checklist?
Yes.
Who's reading the checklist?
Oh, I will read the checklist. No, actually, you'll do the.
I'll read the checklist,
and
you'll give me the answers.
Yes, make sure I do them all.
And then Tribute to Troy is when we're going to taxi.
Yes.
And then Fight On is...
My torso out to the runway.
And then Ching Boom is right when the tires are coming up, or when's the Ching Boom?
Ching Boom, that's when, yes, we lift off.
Ching Boom. Bum, bum,
And third chorus is as we climb out.
And then third chorus is that sweeping turn, right?
Yeah.
Excellent, love it. Okay, so what do we, now we got to pull the plane out.
Yes.
All right, let's pull it out. How can I help? Tell me what to do.
All right, well, first of all, let's get this chalk out of the way. Maybe.
All right, okay.
Oh, we can leave these out.
We'll move these out of the way. You want me to pull on this strut and help, or push on it?
Oh, sure, you can pull on the other strut, on the left strut.
The left strut.
The port side.
Port side. So you use those nautical terms, huh?
Of course. We use left and right.
Oh, do you? Okay.
The airplane right now is probably a little less than 2,000 pounds, so a lot less than the car.
Yeah, what's the weight of a Honda Civic? If we're
about 3.
Okay. But it needs to be lighter, right? Because it makes sense. We're going up into the sky. We want as little weight as possible.
That's right. No dead weight.
No dead weight. Prop area.
Clear prop.
Ignition. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to call Almonte Ground and request our taxi clearance.
Excellent. What's our clearance?
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Almonte Ground, Cessna 98326 at the base of the tower. Taxi for takeoff with uniform.
Cessna 98326, I'm on the ground, runway 19er, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 19er via Alpha, Cessna 98326. So when the tower gives us instructions, we read back what they told us to make sure that we understand and will do what they told us to do.
Got it. Smart. Maybe I should start doing that with the band.
Yeah, you'll never get it.
Well, I guess we kind of do it. That's the double commands are kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
Left face, left face. So I hear you saying numbers. N98326. That's this aircraft?
Yes.
Okay.
So our airplane is November, in the United States, the registration number begins with the letter N, November, and then our plane number is 98326.
So we're lining up behind this feller up here.
Or to the side of them.
So this is November 90418. What's U?
Uniform.
Uniform.
Just like what we have at home.
Right.
Turkey, Cheshire, Romeo, runway 19er, clear for the option. 19er, clear for the option, 30 Romeo.
Okay. We are ready for flight on.
Flight
Done
on.
with Tribute to Troy.
Cheers, 8020 Romeo, Monte Tower, out indicates 2,800.
All right, here we go. We're speeding up.
Continue inbound. Reference formation uniform.
We're going down the runway.
We have uniform and continue inbound. Thank you. 20.
Okay, our airspeed is up.
Airspeed's coming up. That's in knots. Close to 600 knots. And look at that, we're in the air.
Number 2, follow Cherokee, tomorrow right base, turning final, runway 19er, clear for the option.
Number 2, four-way C Papa.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
So it's not 326, verify you had traffic ahead in sight.
326 has traffic ahead in sight. Okay, Jake, ready to take us to downtown?
I'm ready. All right.
Okay, here you go. It's your airplane.
My airplane, I got it. Straight ahead. All right. Whoa, trim it up a little. All right, so here I am flying the plane. Now I'm pretty good at driving and talking at the same time. We'll see if I can do it in an airplane, right? So, Barney, when was your first year at USC?
Oh gosh, back in the previous millennium. 1977.
So 77, and then you joined the band right away, yeah?
Yes.
All right, so you're in the band, 77. That means you played on the Tusk recording. You had to.
That's correct, in 1979, June 4, 1979.
Now, was that kind of your first big,
we can go pass by Dodger Stadium. Well, yeah, let's go pass by Dodger Stadium, see where Tusk began.
Okay, good idea. All right, so now I gotta turn. So I go to the right, give it a little rudder.
And we're gonna stay at 2,000 feet.
We're gonna stay at 2,000 feet. We're a little under, so we gotta elevate a little, yeah?
Just a little bit.
We're climbing.
Very small corrections.
Ooh!
Kind of like dressing center. Just make those small little corrections.
So that was a pretty steep climb, yeah?
Yeah. Just small. It's a little bumpy today since we had that Santa Ana winds come through yesterday.
Yeah, I was hoping those winds would blow all the chop out of here, but I guess they left some behind, huh?
Just a little bit. Yeah.
So you're in the band. It's 79.
Wait.
All right, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna turn a little bit.
Yeah, so that was in 79. Met up with Nick, John. Well, I don't know. No, John was not there. Yeah, but Christine was there. Lindsay was there, and of course, Stevie. One of my lasting memories was getting kissed on the cheek.
You got kissed on the cheek by Mick Fleetwood?
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks kissed you on the cheek.
Yeah, I was the only one that got kissed by Stevie Nicks.
Wow.
Or so I keep telling myself.
Listen, if that check clears at the bank, take it all the way home.
Yeah.
Now looky there, there's a lot of activity at Dodger Stadium right now.
And turn left.
All right.
Yeah, I guess they're getting ready for
opening day on the 28th.
Yeah, so it's a good thing there's no regular season game today. Otherwise, we would not be able to fly this close to Dodger Stadium. Just like NFL, NCAA football games. We're
gonna climb a little bit. I'm sinking.
And we're not allowed to fly within 3 miles or 3,000 feet of a game.
Oh, turning.
Yep. And so you can look out your window and see them here. We'll slow down a little bit, get a better view.
Hey. Now I'm noticing, Barney, when I turn, I keep sinking. Oh.
Yeah. That's because a lot of the lift that normally is going straight up in straight and level flight, when you make a turn, some of that lift is now going to the left or to the side and no longer all the way up. So you have to pull back just a little bit
as you're turning.
As you turn.
All right, so now we're flying over downtown. I'm gonna elevate a little. Ever so gently. A little bit more. Barney, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the most nervous I've been in a long time.
Oh, you're doing fine. You know, when I get nervous, that's when you worry. You're doing fine.
So what's funny is, one of the big questions I get asked is, hey, your first game as director, were you nervous? And the answer is usually no, not because, I'm this cocky guy or whatever, but, Dr. Barner had let me, tweet off a few halftime shows here or there, but there was so much junk around those first games, because if you remember, we're still in COVID and stuff.
I'll take the airplane for now.
Okay. All right, Barney's airplane.
Okay.
We're going to go find KC, huh?
All right. So if you like, you can open the window or not.
And I can wave, huh? All right, here we go. Some fresh air. Oh yeah, look at that. So that air's a little chilly, Barney.
Yeah, it's a little cool today. It's about 55 degrees right now.
All right, I'm looking out there. There's a lot of activity on Felix Field. Now, Felix Field, formerly known as Cromwell. Now, Barney, when you were in band, that field was grass, right?
The field was grass and the track was dirt.
But I imagine after band camp, the grass was probably pretty much gone, right?
Well, yeah, because it was a summertime and it's kind of brownish. That was kind of a raggedy thing.
Who's this calling me? Oh, Casey Busby.
Okay.
Doing a conference call. Here, I'm going to close the window.
Okay.
Because the fear
Yes.
of dropping my phone. So Casey, if you called me, if you can hear this, I cannot hear you at all. But right now, Casey, we are...
Oh, they're standing in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
or somebody is.
If that's you on the logo, we see you. But we're circling around over top of Dado and the swim stadium. The top of the Jefferson structure is very empty. So I think many folks have taken this Friday of spring break as an opportunity to kind of clear out. Oh, it looks like they're running track practice, huh? Nice. So Casey, I can't, if you're trying to talk to me, I can't hear you. We're over top the village. What a cool thing that is. And yeah, so KC, good to see you fight on and stuff. We'll check back in with you later. Now, why did you come to USC? What compelled you to leave Honolulu and come here?
Oh, the tradition and the prestige and oh hell, I just wanted to join the band.
Is that it? Was it the band?
Actually, band was almost an afterthought. It was kind of, oh yeah, you know, USC has a band, but I was not fully aware of USC's band's tradition and that. I just thought of it as continuing my high school experience and going to a university marching band.
And it just made sense to you.
Yeah, well, gotta keep doing it.
And here you are, still involved, helping us out today.
Oh, this is great. This is fun.
Wow, look how good it looks. You getting good footage back there, Anthony? So you come out to USC, you join the band, but you were telling me before, while you're a student at USC, that's when you started working for USC, is that right?
Yeah, so started working at the computer center, just paying the bills and doing stuff along those lines.
And tuition remission.
Tuition remission, there's the big one.
That's smart, that's clever. But what was the name of the department at the time?
At that time, I started in the engineering computer lab. So that's when the engineering school had its own computer department. And they still do now, but it's a different one. And of course, computational curriculum, very much a big program at USC. So they've been resurrected and branching off and doing so many of their own things.
And what year was that you started working?
Oh gosh, 1980 something.
So 80 something, you're in the computer wing of Viterbi. But
yes.
That's the same job you have today, more or less, right?
Well, it's evolved over the years, of course. Back then it was just doing the menial test as a student, then became full-time for the tuition remission, and yeah, finished it off that way.
And you've never left?
And I'm still here.
You're still here, but you work over in the Cal building.
Yes.
Which is over there. Can you see it, Anthony? Over behind the parking center? Past the Galen Center, past the parking center.
Yeah, we moved there in 2006.
Okay. Where were you previously?
So when I was starting off at the engineering computer lab, that was in Powell Hall. Over in the engineering quad. Then we merged with the University Computing Center. So we moved up to MCC here on Jefferson and McClintock.
Okay.
Right across the street from the band building.
Got it. Okay. And now you're in the Cal building.
And now we're in the Cal building since 2006.
So what if anything has been the most jarring change to campus in your time here?
Oh gosh. The various changes of the leadership and the programs. And just seeing the programs grow, the technology that goes with them. The cinema school has, of course, become such a huge thing. School of Business has exponentially grown.
Right.
And then seeing all of these new buildings that came up, there was a time when I felt I knew all of the buildings. I knew the names of all of the buildings.
Yeah.
I knew all of the 3-letter abbreviations for almost all the buildings. Now I know barely half of them.
And they're changing, right?
Yes. I'll give us another view of the Coliseum, a better view of the Coliseum and the Space Shuttle.
And the Space Shuttle Endeavour, right?
Yep.
Look at it in its vertical
launch configuration.
Oh, that's so cool. Now, do you remember when they flew it over? They brought it here?
Yes, 2012.
I think I saw it 4 times that day. I was still commuting a lot for work, so I saw it in Orange County and LA County and down off the coast over here. All right, so we're saying bye campus. Bye campus. I see the convention center.
Okay, we'll make another pass by this side of campus. Oh.
Just give it one more eyeball as we depart. Goodbye. Now the US Bank building used to be the tallest building. But what's the name of this? Now the tallest building is what? What is it?
That's the Wilshire Grand building.
Right.
Tallest by virtue of that little spire is up to 1,128 feet.
Yeah. Now we dedicated the concrete pour of that building. We did a parade downtown with the concrete trucks passing us.
Yeah, that was an all-night, I forget how many cement trucks came in as a parade of trucks. Just came in, dumped their load, poured their load. A huge slab. So we'll pass by, Griffith Observatory, the Hollywood sign, and the Hollywood Bowl.
Ooh, the bowl.
August 3, Tchaikovsky, USC Trojan Marching Band.
Now, you want to know something fun, Barney? The first time I ever went to the bowl as part of the band performance, the first time I had ever been a part of it was when I had to conduct it.
Oh, oh, great.
I'd never seen it. I'd never done it.
Was that 2 years ago?
It'd have been my first gig doing it. But a lot of things I've done with this band were like that. When I first went with the band to Catalina, I'd never gone as a performer.
Yeah.
Tony's like, all right, here's how it goes. Good luck. And I went and did it.
Yeah, I've never been to Catalina for the July 4 band things. Whoops.
Do you ever fly over to Catalina?
I have been to Catalina several times, but yeah, I haven't done that in about 10 years.
Is it more convenient to fly or take the express, you think?
Well, a different experience, because once you land there at the airport, it's still a 45-minute bus ride to get down to Avalon.
Oh, wow, okay. You don't have a golf cart waiting for you up there?
Not this time.
All right, so there's Griffith Observatory off of our starboard wing and the Hollywood sign. For last year's Streamathon, that was my first time going up close to the sign. I see it from the car all the time, or you see it when you're flying commercial. But look at, what's the elevation of the sign?
Let's see. But, probably 1,800. Almost 2,000.
So it's kind of right at our Our level, huh?
Or just below us. So yeah, 1,500 or so.
You know, when I was a kid, my parents asked me what I was going to do when I grew up, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to go to Hollywood."
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not in that industry, but you know, here we are. We're here anyway. So we've taken in that side. Where are you taking us now, Barney? What's next on the hit parade?
Okay, we're gonna head towards Santa Monica Airport and then line ourselves up for LAX.
Just a flyby, a crossover.
Yes. We'll just pass over it.
But we're gonna buzz the tower.
Yeah, but the pattern is full.
Yeah. So I think you'll probably start having to do tower talk, but since we're talking movies, Barney, I've prepared a game.
Hey, hold on.
We're holding on. So for those of you at home, we're ascending right now. We're climbing. So we've been cruising at about 2,000. Barney's now taking us up. We're approaching 3,800.
2,800. We're going to get up to
2,800.
3,500. That'll enable us to pass directly over LAX without a clearance.
So we're ascending to 3,500. This is why Barney's the pilot and not me. You can tell. All right, we're just now kissing 3,000.
If you can do a halftime show, you can fly an airplane.
Which part of the halftime show? The marching part?
Any part.
Any part of it. All right, we're flying over Fox Studios. There's Nakatomi Plaza down there. For those of you who, if that doesn't sound familiar, that's the name of the building that they give to the building in Die Hard, starring Bruce Willis
and Danny Glover.
No Danny Glover.
Wrong one.
Yeah, it's
I'm thinking of Mel Gibson.
Yeah, you're thinking of Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon, Die Hard. Yeah.
That's Reginald Val Johnson plays Officer Carl.
Oh yes.
But the villain in that film is Alan Rickman.
Oh, right.
And now it's his first film coming out of theater. Anthony, are you getting a shot of Nakatomi Plaza? Nakatomi Tower? I might get one. So that's LAX.
Yep, and we're going to pass directly over it.
And what's that? Is that Santa Monica over there? What's that airport?
Yes,
okay.
Santa Monica Airport right below us on our right.
Now I imagine you're going to start getting some tower chatter, yeah?
Actually no.
Okay.
We are able to do this without talking to them.
Now is this elevation, is this on the chart? You have to follow this?
Yes.
Okay.
So we are following the Los Angeles Special Flight Rules area. So we're going to come across Santa Monica and fly this way right over LAX.
And 3,500 is what it specifies.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So Barney, I've prepared an engaging, exciting game for you.
Okay. We'll wait until we pass over LAX.
We'll wait until we pass over LAX. I have the attention span of a goldfish.
What?
Alright, so I see SoFi over yonder.
Hey, I'm going to broadcast my position just to let anybody else who's around here know. LA Special Flight Rules area, Cessna 908 326 through 2 miles north, entering southbound at 3,500 LA flight rules. Okay, so we have airplanes coming in from the left.
Airplanes from the left that are landing, right?
Yeah. If you're lucky, you'll be able to see airplanes taking off under us, going towards the right, the west.
Alright, I'm looking. I don't see anyone taking off right now.
Oh, somebody's taking off under us now.
I'll see them on my right here in a minute.
Yes.
Oh, there they are.
LA Flight Rules area, Cessna 908 326, entering from the north at 3,500 southbound, LA Flight Rules area.
And there they go, up in the air. It seems it's so quiet. See this giant machine.
Yeah.
And there's another one taking off.
They're constantly coming and going.
Oh, of course, of course.
Very organized chaos.
Oh yeah, well just like the marching band, right?
Well, marching band is just chaos.
No, there's some of, everyone's wearing the same outfit generally.
Yeah. Hey Jake, you ready to fly the rest of us?
Oh my gosh, here we go.
Hey, we'll just fly straight and we'll kind of follow over the coastline and zigzag around.
Following the coastline, zigzag around.
Meanwhile, I'll try to figure out where we are. We'll try to stay low or keep our altitude at 3,500.
Try to keep us level. All right, so I'm flying an airplane again. I imagine the trick is to not stay so tense, huh?
Yeah, just relax. No white knuckle flying allowed.
Yeah. Now, there we go. They're climbing a little, hitting some potholes, just a couple. Otherwise, pretty smooth sailing. Anthony, are you filming me fly the airplane? Big thumbs up. Look at that, I'm steering. Marty's not even looking. Just checking out the chart.
Just like on a halftime show. Where am I?
Where am I? Alright, so we'll do a little...
Are we there yet?
A little turn, heading towards RPV. San Pedro.
We'll say hi to Dr. Bartner.
Yeah, hey Dr. B. Now that would probably be a bucket list thing for you, Barney, huh? To fly Dr. Bartner up here?
I offered, but Mrs. Bartner said no. She would not allow him.
She wouldn't.
I asked. I offered, but she spoke for him and said no. She knows better.
Yeah, she's smart.
Yep.
Look at us, just a couple of guys flying an aircraft. Now you want to turn right over around the peninsula, is that what you want to do?
Just follow the coastline.
Alright, here we go, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You said pull up a little.
And you can stay inside of the coastline, that way you can see the coast, so you can see it. Have you been to Dr. Bartner's house?
Last year for the Streamathon.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
We did a tour of the man cave.
Right. That's right. Okay, so you know where he lives.
Well,
Kind of.
my Google Maps remembers.
You have a general idea where he is?
Nope, not at all.
Oh, okay.
I know it's this neck of the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, I was here for the drive-through birthday party that they had.
Oh, that's right.
3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
I guess that was 2020.
It was.
Because we were still in semi.
Oh, we were in big time
lockdown.
Big time lockdown, yeah. So that's Catalina out there, right?
Yes. So that's about 20 miles from here.
What? That's one of my favorite gigs.
Yeah, I've never done it. I've never seen it.
It's really a lot of fun.
Yeah, but the problem for me, well, in the past, the parade was in the late afternoon. So if I were to fly out there, I would have to rush back to the airport, back to the airplane. And a lot of times in the afternoon, the airport is fogged in.
Oh.
So there's the logistical challenges, or the logistical unknowns, if we were to fly. Now, of course, I could take Catalina Express, but...
Right. Or fly out and stay the night.
Yeah. Okay, we'll make a left turn.
All right, left turn, a sweeping... All right, so you said turn a little, pull up a little. Put a little rudder.
What a gorgeous day.
It's a beautiful day, huh? That wasn't too bad of a turn, huh?
Nope.
I come to the starboard a touch, so we can get a nice panoramic view of Long Beach. There's the breakwater, the breakers. So you can really see the difference in the condition of the water on either side of the breaks.
And remember when the pandemic hit and all the ships were stuck out in the water?
Our tubas were there. We ordered those new tubas, and they were stuck in the harbor for a long time.
Oh damn! I thought you meant your tuba players were stuck.
No, just the instruments.
Oh, okay.
All right, so off the right, we've got the Queen Mary. It's kind of neat to see it next to an actual cruise ship, a modern cruise ship, to kind of compare the size of these vessels in the different centuries, huh?
Yep.
You know, I lived in Long Beach for 5 years, Barney.
Wow. Must be nice being so close to the ocean, water, eh?
It was neat. We lived, so if you kind of look down, you see the aquarium of the Pacific, and you see the Pike area down there. So there's a lot of restaurants,
Yeah.
stuff of that nature. Well, and then off in the distance, you see the pier.
Yes.
All right, so we lived kind of equidistant between those two spots. So we could walk, we could walk an hour to the Pike or walk an hour, maybe a half hour to the pier. So it was a really fun place to be when you're newly married, right? You can cruise around and...
Yeah. Or even when you're not married.
Or even when you're not married. I've written some music for the Long Beach Symphony, so that's cool.
Okay, we'll make a slight right turn, 20 degrees.
20 degrees. All right, now if I'm using, how do I measure degrees?
Don't worry about it. We'll go that way.
We're going that way.
Okay, does that feel like 20 degrees to you?
I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, I taught geometry for 1 year.
Only one?
Only one. As long as you stay a couple of chapters ahead, that's really what...
Okay. Well, flying is geometry. 3D geometry.
It is three-dimensional. So now we're headed eastbound.
Northeast, yeah.
Northeast toward
Fullerton,
Orange County.
Yep. So we're going to pass directly over Long Beach Airport, continue towards Fullerton, and we'll say hi to Knott's Berry Farm and maybe catch a glimpse of Disneyland.
Catch a glimpse, but you can't fly over Disneyland.
Actually, at this altitude...
Okay, this altitude we can.
As long as we're more than 3,000 feet above it.
Which we are.
Yes, we are.
Look at that. So we can go, we just performed at Disneyland.
Okay.
For the, they were gracious enough to host us there after the Holiday Bowl. A thrilling victory against the Louisville Cardinal.
And Long Beach Airport, home of the former aircraft giant McDonnell Douglas. That's aircraft, but...
That's right. There's Long Beach State, there's the pyramid.
Oh, we're not in Giza, we're not in Cairo?
No, sir.
Oh, darn.
This one looks man-made, not built by aliens.
Not even Las Vegas.
Not even Las Vegas.
Okay, we'll make another 20 degrees to the right.
20 degrees to the right. Adjusting elevation. Mid-turn. Course has been corrected. Kind of feels like a submarine movie a little bit, huh?
One ping only.
One ping only.
Only.
I get.
There are many things here that do not take well to bullets. Right full rudder.
I very much would have liked to have seen Montana.
And raise rabbits.
And raise rabbits. All right, is now a good time for my quiz for you, Barney?
Oh, I didn't study.
All right. So here's the gag. I'm gonna give you some
Okay. Another airplane? Okay, go ahead.
some quotes from a film. The film features prominently aviation in some capacity. You don't have to tell me anything other than the title of the movie. You got it?
Alrighty.
All right, here
Or
we go.
maybe I'll embellish a little.
Even better. Here's the first one. You ever feel like you're living in an airport?
Sounds like Tom Hanks in The Terminal.
It is Tom Hanks in The Terminal. Ding, ding, ding. Here's a good one.
Sometimes I do that too. Spend the night in the airport.
Don't we all? Let's see. Please have mercy. I've been wearing the same underwear since Tuesday.
Oh gosh. That sounds like The Terminal also, but
It does, but it isn't.
Oh God. John Candy.
Yep, John Candy.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Nailed it. Look at you. All right, here we go. Here's this one. Enough is enough. You know that one?
Gosh. No.
I've had it with these bleeping snakes.
Oh. Snakes on a plane.
Snakes on a plane. All right, here we go. Put the bunny back in the box.
Put the bunny back?
Yep. Put the bunny back in the box.
Huh. I was thinking, put the Kundal back.
No.
From Young Frankenstein, but no. Oh, I don't know what that one is.
That's Con Air.
Really?
Yep.
Robert Downey Jr.
No. Nicolas Cage.
Oh, Nicolas Cage. Oh, gosh.
Nick Cage
The other
plays a convict.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of Air America.
Yeah, no,
Robert Downey Jr. was Air America. Okay, Con Air.
Con Air. Here we go. Get off my plane.
Han Solo.
That is Han Solo.
Air Force One.
Air Force One. Ding, ding. A+. Dr. Harris, do you concur? Why didn't I concur? All right, here's a long one.
Oh, I don't know that one. Okay.
2 mice fall to a bucket of cream. The first mouse quickly gave up and drowned. The second mouse wouldn't quit. He struggled so hard that eventually he churned that cream into butter and crawled out. Gentlemen, as of this moment, I'm that second mouse.
I have no idea.
That's Catch Me If You Can,
Really?
starring Leonardo DiCaprio,
okay.
right?
I would have known that one. Gosh. Well, yeah.
It's tricky because yes, he does fly. He's a pilot, but the memorable lines are from when he's pretending to be other things.
Okay.
Here's one. Everything is unprecedented until it happens for the first time.
Oh. I don't know that one.
You were looking for human error, so make it human.
Huh.
Got a clue?
Who is that? No, I don't know.
It's Tom Hanks.
Oh, Sully.
Sully, you got it.
Okay.
You are looking for human error. Then make it human.
Do you have any other ideas?
Yeah.
That's the last line before splashing.
You got any ideas?
Actually, not.
Yep. Son, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash. Or here's another one.
Yeah, I know that one. I do know that one.
Goose, you big stud. Take me to bed or lose me forever.
Yeah.
Hey, Goose, you big stud!
That's me, honey.
Take me to bed or lose me forever.
Show me the way home, honey.
That one I know.
Uh-huh. That's My Fair Lady.
Top Gun. How could it not be?
All right, here we go. One more. Nervous? Yes? First time? No, I've been nervous lots of times.
You can tell me.
Funny, Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home.
Let's see. Like movie about gladiators?
Yeah. You like gladiator
Hey,
movies?
you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
What is that kid? My dad says you don't hustle on defense.
You try running up and down the court.
What's our vector, Victor?
Roger. Huh?
Do we have clearance?
Huh? What? Huh?
This has been the movie quote game with Barney Lum. Give Barney a round of applause, everybody. Yeah.
All right. Disneyland off our left. I'll swing it around.
Aha, now I've got eyes. Space Mountain. Oh, there she is. Wow. Anything your heart desires will come to you. So now, if I can figure out Intella, there's Angel Stadium. So yeah, so orange is down that way. But we don't need to go that way, but I went to Chapman for my undergrad, Barney. A nice little jaunt over to Disney, pretty close.
Yes, that's the Santa Ana River.
Yeah.
Santa. Yeah.
And there's the 91 snaking away. That's the 57. The 55 is over yonder. We're gonna fly over top my in-laws' house. There in Yorba Linda over there.
Monty Tower information, Victor 1745 Zulu, wind 210 at 4, visibility 10, 9,000 scattered, temperature 16, 2.7, altimeter 2983. VOR Alpha approach in use, landing runway 19er. Advise on initial contact, you have a Victor.
Okay, yeah. Weather's still
Tower
nice.
information, Victor 1745 Zulu, wind 210 at 4, visibility 10, 9,000 scattered, temperature 16, 2.7, altimeter 2983. VOR Alpha approach in use, landing runway 19er. Advise on initial contact, you have a Victor.
Ah, okay, so that's Cal State Fullerton we're flying over.
Oh, that's where it is. Okay.
Nice. We're making our way up. Heading north. Kind of right on the nose, huh?
Yep, pretty close to it. Hey, you want to fly us back?
Ooh, yeah. Put on the pedals.
All right.
I will level out, trim up a little. Okay.
So we can start going down slowly to 3,000 or 2,500.
Goes down a little. I have to admit, Barney, that pointing the nose down is a little,
you don't need to, you don't even need to point it down. It'll just, a little bit.
It'll kind of drift itself.
Yeah. There's Fullerton Airport, okay. Continue the right turn.
Tower TV7.
TV7, good.
Yeah, I'd like to come in and get fuel. Maybe set up left traffic. We'll be full stop for fuel.
TV7, roger, make left traffic, runway 19er, verify information, whiskey.
Do have whiskey, left traffic 19er for TV7.
The tower,
I'll take it here.
25 Francisco, back holding to runway 19er, Bravo.
Hey, you found the airport.
Crossing, spot 2,
Where?
bracket.
I still haven't
Air
seen it.
2556, Quebec, LMI Tower, say again, request.
It's to our left, right?
Crossing,
No, our right.
Two, bracket.
There it is. All right, now I got it. Eyes on.
19er, clear for takeoff. Sys 326, one last departure prior to your arrival.
326.
Sys 326, base approved, your discretion.
326 has departing traffic inside.
Thank you, base approved. TV7 traffic follow, turning 1 mile left base.
And 1 mile left base, we're looking for him. We got him, TV7. We'll follow him in.
Hey, our landing gear is down. Seatbelts, everybody buckled in, and flaps. Flaps as needed. We're right on glide slope. We got both a red and a white. We're right on glide slope.
Tower TV7, we have the Cessna in sight. Gonna be landing number 2.
TV7, roger. You're number 2 following traffic, and you could overtake the parking via Delta Alpha.
At Delta Alpha, thanks.
Pilot Foxtrot, base approved. Number 2, follow helicopter short final. Runway 19er, clear for the option. Number 2.
Runway 19er, clear for the option. Number 2. 58 Foxtrot.
So we just parachuted from the sky, from Barney's wonderful airplane, and we've landed here in the Cal building. Now there's a lot of interesting features to the Cal building, like the security checkpoint, getting our really cool badges, and all of that fun, exciting stuff. But you know, through the magic of editing, we've skipped it, and now we're in the building, and we're here with Barney Lum. How are you, Barney?
Hey, Dr. Jake, how's it going?
Oh, it's good. It's good to see you. It's good to see you on the ground.
Yeah, we're back on it.
I have to admit, you made me steer the plane. There were a lot of potholes.
That was no problem. You did fine. We found our way. No loss.
We found our way. It didn't get lost. So we're here in the building, but we talked about your story a little bit on the flight. But just let's remind everybody. So you're at USC. You get hired in what was the name of the department then?
Back then it was the Engineering Computer Laboratory. With the School of Engineering,
and you were the gopher.
I was the gopher.
You were delivering papers and
taking the trash out, and I still do that.
You still take the trash out?
That's right.
Sometimes I take the trash out.
Yeah.
I always do at home.
And they always come back.
That's true. So you're here and essentially more or less in the same job ever since.
No,
But you've been working here, involved, ever since.
Or I've evolved as well. So from being a gopher, went to tech support, systems engineering, a little bit of everything.
The sky's the limit.
No, sure is.
But now you're in. So tell us about the department you're in now, the kind of work you're doing on the daily.
So I'm with ITS, the Information Technology Services, and we handle a lot of the servers and cloud services for the campus.
Okay.
And we have our multiple server rooms that handles web services and high performance computing, you name it, we have almost all of it.
Okay. Now, you're going to take us through a couple of rooms.
We're
going to see some stuff, the hallways, okay. What is this room? Where are you taking us now?
We are going into the EMBO room, and the EMPO room.
Sorry, okay.
Our multiple point of entry room, where a lot of our network connectivity comes into the building and distributed into our server
The internet
rooms.
is in this room.
It comes through here.
Let's go see it. Let's
Okay.
look. All right. Don't look at the code. You can look at me. He's typing a number.
Oh, it worked the first time too.
More than 4 digits. That's promising.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Alrighty. So we have
So what do we have?
a lot of our equipment, a lot of connections coming in through AT&T, a lot of other providers, a lot of other vendors that come through here, and depending on who the other customers are, they come through here. And then also to go through other points throughout campus, just campus alone comes through here and gets distributed out.
Okay.
And then as well as like the other vendors that I mentioned earlier, to the rest of the world.
And how's it? That's fiber optic? That's Cat?
Fiber.
Fiber.
It's all fiber.
What did it use? Are there any old connections in here?
We might have some
like I see
telephone
that. Like,
lines.
Look at this.
Yeah, we use telephone lines.
Look at it. Look at all these wires. This looks like my house, Barney.
Yeah. So
are the old telephone lines.
Telephone lines.
A lot of them are no longer actually live. Oh, this is
Look
this used
at
to
that.
be phone lines. So a lot of it has been deactivated.
Okay. But just
all,
old
you know,
defunct phone lines.
Voice over IP now. Through the internet.
Oh, okay. The Zoom phone.
That too.
That too. I think I understand something, and what I'm learning, my favorite part about all this is I know nothing. All I know is music and tooting notes. So all these wires coming in. So where's like the main in? Like where's the AT&T in?
Well,
or am I asking a silly question?
AT&T is hidden in those cabinets, but a lot of the connectivity comes through these trunks. I'm not even familiar with the actual physical layout because I don't touch this stuff.
Well, it tells you not to.
Yeah.
Now or
not to open the door, but you know, how could you resist?
But if it was open, you'd want to touch it, right? That's just the band person in all of us.
Yeah.
We see don't open, and we're like, well, can I? Right?
Oh, don't ask.
This is awesome. So this is where all the network stuff comes in. So people, we get it here through here. But why don't we go see the server room where all the stuff is stored?
Let's go to the server room.
Keep rolling, Brett. Let's see the hallways. We're following you, Barney.
All right. We'll go back the way we came.
We got some behind the scenes action. This shot. All right.
Alrighty.
So these are, what'd you call this, a fly trap?
Fly paper.
Fly paper.
Try to trap our dirt before we get too far.
All right.
Okay.
In the hallway. Do you know the story of this tree, Barney?
Oh, I don't even want to know.
That means yes.
Yeah.
But he's not going to tell me. All right, so we're moving through. How do you not get lost in here, huh?
Oh, it took a while. All right.
7 digits.
And let's see, where's the... No video, no cameras in here.
I didn't see a sign.
Yeah, it's gone.
All right, so that other room we were in was cold. Now I feel hot. What's that all about?
So we have a mixture of cold aisles that supplies the air conditioning, cool air, to the front of the racks, which house the servers and the equipment, and the intakes of the equipment draws the cold air in for cooling.
Okay.
Then on the back side of the racks, we have the back of each rack facing each other. So this rack or this aisle is where the hot air is collected.
So if I come in here,
it'll be about 80 degrees, 75. 80.
Yeah. That seems unreasonably. Do you just on a cold day, on these rainy days we've been having, you just lay down in here for a minute, warm up, and head back out?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So all this hot air is coming through. Now I'm noticing, Barney. I look through, and I see a lot of empty space. So why is that? Because you're waiting to install more? Like, why is there empty space?
Well, that's because you have to select a rack that we are decommissioning. This rack has all old equipment that we're getting rid of.
But you're going to replace it
with something else, yeah.
With a new rack.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. A lot of these racks we're getting rid of.
Got it. So the hot side. When you say hot side, this is the air coming out of these machines.
This is
right?
the exhaust. The exhaust from each of the servers from the equipment. So, you know, it would be inefficient for hot air to be blowing into the intakes of the other equipment. So we have back to back, front to front.
Can we see the front of one of these servers?
Oh, of course.
Let's go look.
We'll go this way.
It's like the movies. Tech guy. What other fun IT things can we find?
So, this is...
See, now I'm cold. This is preposterous.
No. So we have our network connectivity that locally serves the equipment in this room.
60 some odd degrees.
Yeah. I'm trying to raise it up a few.
Just a couple. Yeah. So what? These are all just data tape discs.
These are discs.
Okay. Are these solid state drives?
These are decommissioned equipment. So we have these
Look, he's
little
just pulling the
3.5
tape out.
Well, this is decommissioned equipment.
How do you know it's decommissioned?
I hope it is. We already have
some
missing.
poor grad students working on his final paper, and Barney just ripped it right out of his computer.
Yeah.
So these look like the same kind of hard drives you'd have in your home PC.
Oh yeah, your PC probably has more capacity.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So that,
these are
600
gig. Yeah.
Wow. Each of these is 600 gigabytes. That's what. Oh, there's 3.
And
See,
we
now I'm
have
touching stuff.
we got 900. Yeah. That's okay for you to touch these. The lights are out.
The lights. Oh, the lights are out. So what you do? You push the button.
Yeah.
And then
Pull it out.
pull it out. Huh? Dell. Is Dell one of your favorite computer manufacturers?
Well, we have a lot of them.
We have a lot of them.
Yeah.
My computer's has a Dell, some Dell stuff in there. What are your thoughts on Gateway and the cow packaging?
Oh gosh, it's been a while. I haven't really looked at them, but yeah.
So we have all these tapes in here.
Oh,
Now-
these are hard drives. Yeah.
hard drive. So a legitimate hard drive. Let's see if I get it right, huh? In. Look at me. I've had a career in IT ahead of me.
Yeah, there you go. You're all set. All you got to do is touch things.
Poke it, yank it out, put it back in. So I see there's these connections in here. So you see in the movies, you know, the guy trying to hack the system comes in and he plugs in his laptop.
Oh yeah, would you like to play a game of global thermonuclear war?
Yeah, right. Is it work that way?
Yeah.
Not really, but
Nah.
so if you do, but what are these for? Why are these here? What's the
this
purpose?
This is just to plug in your keyboard, plug in your external drive or whatever,
And access what's here.
It's more convenient,
So if you're trying,
but of course it's more convenient to access it remotely or get hacked in. But we have our firewalls, we have our network security in place. So we like to think we're robust, but
this one says Viterbi, engineering homework right there.
that's right.
All right, so what other types of, so if these are decommissioned, what's a newer set look like?
All right, we can go to the next rack and show you some blinky lights.
Blinking lights. Now, I saw one of your peers just walked by with a curious walking stick,
Oh, okay.
and I'm curious about it.
We can explore that in a little bit. So here we have some of our HCI servers.
Wow.
And they house a lot of the virtual machines.
Okay.
So a lot of the virtual web servers that you might work with, that access on campus. A lot of that comes through here.
Really? Okay. Yeah, these lights are blinking. Now, is it the same series of hard drives, or is it a larger singular drive? What is it?
Oh, this is much more large. These are larger. I don't even recall what they are. I forget what they are.
Okay.
But we also have storage arrays that house the actual data.
And what's the benefit of having, you have 8 600 gigabyte hard drives versus one big, one giant hard drive? Why have it in pieces?
Oh, so you can have several pieces, and you'll able to sustain a failure of a small component rather than one big one.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you have some redundancy.
So it's like the Weekender. If the drummer bus breaks down, you can put them on the other buses.
Spread them out.
Okay. We're learning. What else we got, Barney? What else can you show me?
Alrighty. Well, we'll take a look at USC's Shoah Foundation and the Digital Repository.
Okay.
So a lot of their equipment is stored here. Their servers, their data transfer equipment. And here we have the SL8500. So these are the two SL8500 tape libraries.
Magnetic tape.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Magnetic tape, and on these tapes is the digital archive of the testimonies
of some 52,000 testimonies of Holocaust survivors.
No way. The Shoah Foundation worked.
The Shoah Foundation
Wow.
did that. So back in 1993, back when Schindler's List was completed, Steven Spielberg started up the Shoah Foundation. And it was a great idea to document and preserve all of the testimonies of those survivors who are still with us.
Right.
You know,
while we have them.
While we still have them.
That's beautiful. So we have. These are huge. God, it looks like, what is that movie? Eagle Eye with the big, or no, Rogue One, Star Wars, with the big tape room.
Oh.
They steal the Death Star plans.
I'm embarrassed. I don't remember that.
Okay, so we'll have a watch party after this with Barney and Rogue One. So can we let's peek in here, yeah?
All right. So
these are what does each tape hold? How much data?
Oh gosh, when they first started, each tape was maybe I'm afraid to even guess. I forget what it was, but they've increased the capacity of the disc or of the tapes.
Yeah.
The transfer rates with the tape drives. Oh, come over here. You can see
look. It's moving. Way in the back.
So we have 4 levels of tapes, and I think about 7 or 6 tape arms, robot arms, and what they do is they're able to seek, or when a request comes in to view a testimony,
right?
What it does is it puts in a request, the request looks it up, it knows where that tape is, where that testimony is, it goes, fetches the tape, grabs it, puts it in the tape drive, puts it on the server, and people can view it.
How long does that take?
So back, maybe a minute.
A minute?
Or so, yeah.
No way. So you're sitting...
That was 12 years ago. So it's probably faster now.
So you're in some kind of you're on the Shoah Foundation website.
Yes.
And you want to hear a testimony.
And you do a search for,
musicians Holocaust survivors.
Or what was it like to be at Auschwitz, and it'll do its search, and the search engine has changed, it has been updated.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll find what's appropriate or what suits your search, goes and get it, brings it online and serves it up.
No way, that's great. Now, we can probably learn more about what all this work does in the Shoah Foundation here, right?
Yes. So we'll go to the Shoah Foundation and check it out and see what they have in their data transfer.
All right, and it sounds like there's another tour coming through, so we better skedaddle. All right, thanks, Barney. Fight on.
Fight on.
Let's go look. So we're here in the depths of the Cal building. We've made our way to the Shoah Foundation. I'm here with my friend Nick. Nick, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, great. It's great to see you. So in this room, it's very cold. Why is it so cold in here?
So right now we have it at about 62 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is to protect our audio tape, videotape, motion picture film, all archival material that we're digitizing here.
And in this room, this is an archival digitizing room.
That's correct. Yep.
So we've got different machines. Can you show us the machines?
Sure.
And tell us what does what?
So the Cadillac of machinery, if you will.
Okay.
This is our 8 and 16 millimeter film scanner.
Okay.
So this is where we can transfer reels of motion picture film, something that looks like this, to a digital file that you can play on the web. So you would basically film in, digital out.
Got it. And why is it important to be able to access these 8mm and 16mm prints?
This is all archival material that is otherwise unviewable to most people, right?
Sure.
It's specialized equipment needed to watch it. It's also not stable. This material is deteriorating really quickly.
Right.
And so, given another 20, 30 years, we won't be able to use it at all.
Right.
So motion picture film, for example, will deteriorate pretty quickly and turn into basically a hockey puck. And once it gets to that stage, it's beyond any point of repair.
Okay.
So we need to intervene before that and make files while we still can.
Excellent. Now, are these 8 and 16mm, are these commercial products, or are these more, private films that people are submitting that are bringing in to support the project?
Yeah, mostly home movie collections at those gauges. 16 millimeters, a lot of educational content. So, for example, the SCA film archives are mostly 16 millimeter. So if we digitize something like that, a student work or something like that, it might be 16. But as far as 8 goes, it's usually home movie collections, you know, amateur footage that's shot at football games or marching band performances or what have you. Yeah, so that would have been a common use of 8 millimeter.
Excellent. And so you convert it to digital, and we've seen the server room, so we know where it ends up living.
Right.
What other media can we convert in here? You have video?
We've got videotape, so there's a ton of videotape equipment over here.
Now I imagine you, in terms of what you're getting, you probably get more video than anything else.
We get a lot of video. So yeah, let me give you a little backstory on, our group is called the USC Digital Repository.
Right.
And what we did was we grew out of the Shoah Foundation. So the Shoah Foundation was given to USC by Steven Spielberg. Found a new home here. There was an effort to digitize the Shoah Foundation collection. It was over 230,000 Betacam tapes.
Oh, wow.
So all of the infrastructure was built here to digitize that collection. Once that work was completed, the libraries, Shoah Foundation, and ITS came together to form the Digital Repository to make use of all of that infrastructure to service both the academic community here as well as the public. So we offer our services to, you know, anybody off the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you're doing video, so you've got Grandma Phyllis coming in with her box full of VHSs. This happens?
It absolutely happens, yeah.
Wow.
And we've got researchers that bring us, you know, odds and ends that they need digitized for use in a class or use for research. We've got the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences brings us collections, videotapes of the Oscar ceremonies over the years that we've digitized. So yeah, you know, pretty much anything under the sun.
Nice. And now you get it all here, convert it to digital, you deliver it to the client. Does a part of it also live here as a backup for them?
So that's what that's what the digital repository is, right? So we've got a preservation tape archive down the hall that I believe Barney is going to show you or has just showed you. And so there's over 100 petabytes of archival data stored on that infrastructure. And basically what that is a huge library of LTO tapes. Each one of those stores hundreds, thousands of video files. And those are our preservation assets that can be summoned by the client, you know, within a day. If somebody needs their files, it'll pull it automatically from tape and send an email out with a download link, and just like that, your files are magically on your desktop.
Wow, no way. So I'm not so averse on my bytes. A petabyte is 1,000 terabytes.
And the terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes, and a gigabyte's 1,000 megabytes, and so.
How many bytes is a VHS transfer typically?
A VHS transfer preservation file is usually around 50 gigabytes, so for about an hour of content.
Okay, holy smokes.
Yeah.
So those are a gigabyte a minute almost.
Pretty much. These are really hefty files. They're preservation files. We think of them as like a digital facsimile of the analog input.
No way.
Right. So a bit accurate recreation of the original video asset. And that's what's considered a preservation file, so to speak.
So I imagine a lot of our alumni over the years had cameras, either video or probably film with a lot of our alums, and they're just taking photographs. If they were interested in reaching out to you and getting a hold of it, what's the best way to chase down the digital repository and maybe see if they can get their stuff digitized?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a website. We're just repository.usc.edu. You can shoot us an email from that website and get in touch with us, and we can put together a quote and see what we can see.
Nice. And so then all band alumni, you digitize these pictures. I want a copy. I want to see these great photos. So Nick, on the way in, I saw that wonderful mural along the wall about the Shoah Foundation. Would you mind showing us that?
Yeah,
filling us in on that?
Yeah, sure.
Let's follow. So we're here with Nick looking at this wonderful mural that paints a pretty robust history of the Shoah Foundation. So Nick, would you mind walking us through these photos and filling us in on what we got here?
Yeah, so the Shoah Foundation was started by Steven Spielberg when he was producing the Schindler's List. There were a lot of background extras in that movie that were survivors of the Holocaust, and I guess Spielberg was hearing them tell their stories on set and decided that this was an oral history collection that needed to be documented. So the Shoah Foundation was created to go out and capture testimony on video of all of these survivors of the Holocaust and preserve them in perpetuity for educational purposes, for cultural heritage preservation. And that was started around 1994, working off the Universal Studios lot. And so basically there were these little ad hoc video crews that would go out all over the world to capture these testimonies.
Oh, wow.
And at the time they were captured on Betacam videotape.
Okay. And so now, so 94 starts. How did it end up, so Universal, how did it end, or when did it end up here at USC?
So Shoah Foundation was given to USC around 2006.
Okay.
So it found its home at USC. At that point, the foundation comprised over 50,000 testimonies captured on over 235,000 videotapes. Wow. So if you figure the average Betacam tape is between 25-30 minutes, that's how you get from 50,000 interviews to over 230,000 tapes. Yeah, so all of those physical assets needed to be transferred.
Sure.
So the digital infrastructure was set up here at USC to preserve all of those analog videotapes in digital formats.
Okay.
And so this is pretty early in digital video encoding. So there was a lot of work to capture those as lossless copies of the analog originals. And a lot of that work was pioneered here at the USC Shoah Foundation.
Got it. Okay, so we're transferring all that over.
Right.
Now I imagine between, we're at Universal, we make our way here to USC, we're transferring things over. It sounds like some things may have been degraded or maybe lost, and then you were telling me, what, around 2012 or so, there was another project to kind of clean things up?
So we'll hop over here. So in 2012, the initial preservation project was completed. So here's some pretty cool metrics. So we have 235,000 tapes comprising 51,000 interviews. And then over the next 5 years or so, there was a restoration project because not all of those tapes could be played back properly. So some of the files had actually started to show symptoms of degradation, whether it was age-based deterioration of the analog assets or something that happened in the transfer. So there were 13,000 files that were flagged needing restoration. All 13,000 of them were restored. Okay. So you can see that work wrapped up around December of 2017.
That's a big project.
Yeah, it was a huge project. Relied a lot on proprietary solutions that were developed here either by student workers, graduate student workers, or Shoah Foundation archivists and staff to mitigate some of the age-based deterioration that you see in video preservation.
That's great. That's wonderful. Now this looks cool. What I got this woman with a green screen. What is this all about?
So after all of the analog preservation project was completed, Shoah was still capturing interviews with survivors. They still are today in digital format.
Okay.
So this is a project called Dimensions in Testimony. And what happens in this project is survivors are interviewed over the course of 5 days in a 360-degree, what's called a volumetric video capture rig. Okay. Right. So there are cameras stationed all the way around 360 to capture all angles of the interview, with the idea that someday all of that video data can be assembled into a 3D recreation of the interviewee. And so the really cool thing is that you could create, something for VR, XR, something that lives in, sort of a holographic space. Okay. And you can walk up to this person, ask them questions, and they're going to answer in real time. So the really the really cool part of this is that none of that data is being synthesized. It's all real interview data that's collected over the course of those 5 days. Wow. So they might be asked somewhere around 1,200, 1,400 questions over the course of 5 days about their life, their story, what their experience was like living through the Holocaust.
Sure.
And then all of those individual answers are parsed up and fed through an AI pipeline that basically memorizes relationships between input questions and output answers. So if I walk up to this interview agent and say, "How are you?" It's going to look like, in this case, Anita Lasker-Wallfish is answering, "I'm great, how are you?"
No way.
But if I ask her that question 3 different times, I might get 3 different answers.
Really?
Yeah, so it's really cool. And what's really, important to know about what Shoah did with this project is that they're really careful about, preserving the testimony as is and not adding in, not allowing the AI to have any influence over that, serving up answers that are in their entirety, giving credence to the story that the people are telling, and not changing that information at all. So it's really using AI in a really powerful way that's not changing the data, it's just making it more interactive and making it smarter in terms that it can summon better informed responses to user inputs.
That's excellent. It sounds like a lot of data.
It's a ton of data.
How much you think? How much is here in this building?
In this building, Shoah Foundation alone is probably in the ballpark of 20 to 30 petabytes. and it's growing every day.
20 to 30 petabytes, but it's backed up.
It's backed up, right. So the Shoah Foundation collection is backed up at Clemson University and Charles University in Prague. And there's also efforts to diversify that storage across different technology like blockchain or cloud storage technologies. So that there's always a constant effort to replicate that data on different storage media in different geographic locations.
Okay, and that's assuming that's to protect against catastrophic failure around the geography of the building, right?
The building, system failures, technology failures.
Wow.
We see it all the time. An LTO tape goes offline, and the data needs to be replicated. So having those offsite replication, or those offsite
protects these important stories.
Exactly.
Wow, that's wonderful. So, so Nick, thanks so much for
of
talking
course.
to us. This was an
Absolutely.
absolute guest. So, like we talked, the USC Digital Repository. Tell us that website again.
Repository.usc.edu.
Repository.usc.edu, and then the Shoah Foundation. What? I'm sure you can just Google it, but do you know their website?
SFI.usc.edu.
SFI. So just come take a look, learn all about the wonderful work Nick's got going on here with the repository, this wonderful stories here in the Shoah Foundation, and then we'll keep plugging away on today's Trojan Spirit Streamathon. Fight on, everybody.